This video will show you how ARCAD's technology integrates with GitLab CI and Urban Code Deploy to give you a continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline. ARCAD can use Git for its source repository. If you're using GitLab, then you're familiar with these screens. You're seeing branches being created. During this process, the ARCAD interface creates a library on the IBM I. It's called an ARCAD version, and it associates it with that branch. So a developer works the way they normally would, even though Git is behind the scenes. The ARCAD repository gets used for analysis, the developer locates the component they need, and they perform a checkout. Under the covers, they're pulling from the correct branch in Git. Developers can edit their source, and when they're ready, compile their changes. Everything's done locally on the IBM I. When the developer is happy with the change, they can export to SCM. That's the push back to the correct branch in the Git repository. Now, if we look in GitLab, we can see the push that just occurred from the IBM I developer. That means this change can follow your normal Git workflow. In this case, we'll merge this sandbox branch onto a release branch. In our example today, this merge will trigger the pipeline. You can follow the pipeline from the GitLab user interface. Here's ARCAD's technology at work, ARCAD Builder. It's a smart IBM I build based on the change that just occurred in Git. Remember, we just merged onto the release branch, so this build is creating the release version on the IBM I for us automatically. The next step in our automated pipeline is ARCAD Code Checker. This checks your code for quality standards at your organization. It's part of continuous testing. It's making sure your coding standards are followed automatically. You're establishing a quality gateway for your IBM I code, and it's all automated. In today's example, if the build and the code check work, the next step is to upload the artifacts into the UCD repository. That's Urban Code Deploy. Here, you can see the save file that gets created as part of this process. Now, the Urban Code Deploy process, using ARCAD Drops technology to manage the IBM I, will download the artifacts for that version and automatically deploy them to the correct target environments on the correct IBM Is. And it's all made possible using ARCAD for DevOps. Thanks for watching. For more information and for more videos, you can visit our website at www.arcadsoftware.com.